Alright, welcome back to the Odryssian Kingdom campaign. We are just coming out of a pretty decisive victory against Carthage here. We've sent their two armies packing. But instead of counterattacking, I would like to drop back and get some replenishment. So let's go ahead and make that happen now. This army did just fine. But let's pull them back to here. These guys got substantially more injured. So I'm actually going to try and move this army back to Beneventum for some replenishment, just to use the population from there. Now we can merge out a couple of these units. These guys not quite, because there's too many between the two of them for one full unit. The cavalry, let's go ahead and merge the cavalry and then rehire some Thracian cav.
Ready for battle. Get moving. Ready for orders.
Just making sure these guys are within range to reinforce each other. Now I'm actually going to hold off on the recruiting those units for a turn, because I would rather take them out of Beneventum. Just because it's a little bit further away from our borders.
Yes.
Now up here,
Ready for orders.
we're going to drop back just a little bit.
Making for port.
Even though we lose some recruitment capacity, we just need to keep our fleets right next to each other if we want any chance of surviving.
Recruiting more ships for the tribe. Fleet ready. We need goods.
And this way we're getting some replenishment in this fleet as well, because we need to get these guys back up to full strength.
Fleet ready.
Now, I know we lose some income by doing this, but I want to do this just to get the extra 0.5% second class population growth. I'm actually going to do that across several regions here. Primarily my actual recruitment regions. Alright, now another thing I need to do is get some artillery. Since I'm still building a level 2 workshop over here, I'd rather just recruit from Macedonia for now, because I'm thinking my armies will definitely get here in time, or like they will definitely get here to support this before I can get a level 3 workshop in Italy. Let's actually swing this army down through Larissa to pick up some population out of there. And in the meantime, I'm also going to raise an army at Larissa just to get the catapult or the ballista recruited right now.
Thirsty for battle. Come, fight for us, lads.
While we're at it, we'll also grab some infantry. May as well just get the numbers. Because even if we just take them over here and disband, disbanding units puts that population in the new city, or whatever region they get disbanded in. Now, as far as a military goes, we'll just grab that real quick to help our ships out just a little bit. These guys are still working on replenishing. Anthea does not have much population available. They have plenty of freemen. but their elite and warrior populations are down pretty heavily.
Thirsty for battle.
This replenishment is probably going to hurt it quite a bit more, so instead of recruiting here, I'll just let these guys wait. What I think I might do is kind of swap these armies around a little bit. Like I might switch the cav out. So I've got the super heavy cataphracts in the field army. I don't know, we'll see. I'll probably get artillery and all these. What I mean is I'll have these three armies sorted a little bit.
For the tribe.
Grumpy's guard gets to keep running over here. They're gonna take a while. Everyone else should be able to just kind of sit still. I want to go a little bit. I need to slow down just a little bit on the building because we're starting to fly through our treasury. Now over here I actually need to be a little bit concerned because Parthia has a full stack army. So instead of working on public order over here, I'm actually going to start rotating the spearmen down, and hopefully I can gang up on them with Candy's Conquerors. It'll be some good experience, and it'll be one less Parthian army to deal with for now. Up here, let's keep boosting public order. We do not have much food, so let's keep boosting food as well. I know I just said that I'm trying to save money, but you gotta spend money to earn money in this game. Alright. Now my spies that are moving should already have their move orders. Let's go towards the research rate and public order first. Kosingas increased by a level. We'll give him Valor. Get a little bit of extra experience per turn for the general there. Now, across all of our provinces, we're looking pretty good. I'm going to boost my tax rate and see how that changes, because I definitely need to rebuild my treasury. Okay, so things still look good with the boosted tax rate. Public order is going to take a massive hit here when we lose this building. Loyalty takes quite a bit of a hit because this guy is a populist, and anytime you raise your tax level, he loses loyalty. But I'm kind of okay with it. Send this guy with a gift for him. And then we can also actually use this guy to try and stem the bleeding of public order from Kavkazos. Even though that's actually probably not a very good use of that guy. In any case, let's check out diplomacy. So Pergamon seems like they're actually decreasing in friendliness with me. That makes sense because of course they don't like that I went to war with the Seleucids.
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Still can't get non-aggression or trade with these guys. But what about Egypt? Let's see if we can get non-aggression with Egypt. Interesting, we cannot.
Be upon our meeting and in our words today.
Might be because we are good friends with Pergamon, and by good friends I mean defensive allies with Pergamon. Alright, well in any case, it looks like Egypt is fine with us, Pergamon is okay with us. These guys tend to be pretty passive, and where we are trading with both of them we should be fine. As long as we're trading with everyone around here, we should be okay. Parthia, I would love to get peace with you, because you're an annoying faction. I don't like you. These guys probably won't want peace either. Alright, so the rest of it I don't really care. So that'll be good enough for this turn.
The way is closed.
Since we can win this with auto-resolve and it would just be annoying to deal with all their missiles, let's go ahead and just auto-resolve it. We'll go aggressive because they have like 50% missiles here. We took some pretty devastating casualties, but we won, so it's okay. We'll release the captives just to get some money back. Well, that's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Okay, up here we need to get the sanitation going. Enemy army retreats. I wish there was a way for me to see where this happened. Lots of construction completed just now. Let's go ahead and drop our tax rate back down just a little. Oh, you know what? I bet it was the rebels that retreated, because it looks like these guys already dealt with the rebellion at Edessa. Those unit cards make those units look pretty cool. I kind of want to play as them now. That's the thing I love about this mod, is every time I look at a faction, I'm like, man, I want to play as them. I want to do a campaign as those guys, because those units look cool. That's not my army. There it is.
The way is blocked.
Let's see. We'll swap all of the cavalry out. And we will actually get... Yeah, we'll take all 4 units of cavalry for Funky's Fieldmen, because they've got a really, really solid front line, enough infantry to hold the flanks. And then if we win the cavalry engagements, our peltas and our peltas and bows can get around the sides. So yeah, that's okay in my opinion. And now Funky's Fieldmen should be ready to go.
Ready for orders. Thirsty for battle. For the tribe.
Now over here, let's go ahead and
Ready for on the move, lads.
pop one of these artillery
Getting
pieces
on our
in.
way.
And then these guys are ready to go.
Nothing out.
I will need to trade out some melee infantry. Well, maybe not. We can have a siege army with hoplites better than we can with pikes, so we might keep these guys how they are.
thirsty for battle. We cannot do that.
Let's actually trade. Where did it go? I was just looking at it. This unit of cavalry for another unit of ballista, so this can actually function as a siege army right here.
Charging out. Ready for orders. Move out.
And then this we can turn into kind of whatever we want.
On the move, lads.
You know what? There's not a ton of foreigners available, but I kind of just want to see what some of these units look like.
It's a good life.
So I'm tempted to just hire a bunch of them. Because, I mean, it's Macedonian pikemen. How can you not want that? Granted, they're not as good as my pikes, but, you know. I will go ahead and pick up a unit of Thessalian cavalry. But then let's just use a bunch of the warrior population. Get as many soldiers out here as we can. Okay, they still have the numbers to beat me just about anywhere I go, and the unfortunate thing is now I don't have much of a garrison remaining at Apollonia. So instead of staying up here and recruiting, I'm actually going to run down to Apollonia and try and scare them away from it. Because with this together with the garrison, they could just attack this fleet and then I wouldn't get the garrison as reinforcements, but between these two forces, I don't think they will be able to take Apollonia. And it's really important that they don't take it, because if they do, I lose all of my population instantly. They all instantly convert to foreigners, which I think is really, really stupid, but I think I've complained about that enough in previous episodes. Ooh, I actually may have just made a very bad decision. They have enough fleets here that they could bring 3 fleets up.
Yes, ready for
So they would
orders.
basically have 2 full stacks versus my stack and a half. Right? Or is this the fleet that's heavily injured? If this is the fleet that just left Apollonia after attacking, then they're at only about half strength, so I don't think the AI will actually come attack me. But they do have the forces available to attack me, and that is concerning. So I really need to start taking away Carthage's naval power as soon as I can.
For the tribe.
These spears are going to run up to Beneventum, get some replenishment, and recruitment. So let's see, the recruitment stance actually gives them a bonus to replenishment, so let's see if it even gets enough for an extra man per turn. So 53. When we start recruiting, what do we even need to recruit here? More infantry? Cavalry? We need to recruit 1 unit of cav.
Are you ready to do your duty to the tribe?
And then let's see, a unit of spears. Am I scrolling too far or not far enough? There they are. I'm going to use some freeman population just because I have so dang many of them. Still have 6 healthy units of spears. I think this was the other unit that we got rid of. And I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm kind of not in love with having this many peltas in this army. I thought I would enjoy it more than I do. Because if I don't quickly, decisively win the cavalry engagement, the peltas just aren't useful. Peltas do best when they get around the flank and can fire into the back of units. Let's go ahead and just get a unit of those guys, though, because they come out of the freeman population. We need to recruit another spy. So it actually works out that that spy died of old age, because now we can just recruit one over here instead of having him run forever and ever. Let's go with the guy that has extra line of sight and send him straight on down there. I don't really care what bonuses he has. You... I believe you're still working on some cultural conversion. But let's get you into some empire maintenance reduction instead. Actually, we don't have that available right now, so let's just do the tax rate boost. Spearmen, let's see, these guys are actually rotating down to be in position to deal with this, and you see it's a good thing I did, because now I have something available to defend my border. So let's actually just put them straight into the garrison here. And I think that will be enough to prevent this Parthian army from attacking me. If they do decide to lay siege, we can always just run Candy's Conquerors over there. In the meantime, actually, how much does it take to fortify? 20%? Takes 30% of my movement range to fortify, so I can probably go to about here and still fortify, because I do want to chase them and get rid of them if I can. But against what I would assume is just a ton of horse archers, I do want to be in a fortified stance. Pillagers get to stay still. The Heralds of Death will bring you guys within range to be reinforced by the settlement garrison, so that if Carthage decides to get aggressive, I've at least got some extra forces to help fight them off. Hey, Sedan is upset and getting more upset, but we'll deal with that one later. Galatia I'm none too concerned about. This place we're working on anyway. Alright, let's end the turn here, right? Or am I forgetting something? I feel like every time I say that, I've actually forgotten something. We'll actually not send you with a gift, just because we're starting to run low on money and not being able to build it up as fast, so we'll just end it here. That is bad. I did not think they would come up here and attack. With that many missiles, I actually don't think I can win this. So I'll just auto-resolve it and lose the city and lose all of my population. Pyrrhic victory? No way! Well, that is good fortune. We'll just release him for the money. Okay, Parthia, you gonna attack me? God damn it. I really didn't want to go to war with the Arverni yet, but I suppose I did know it was coming.
Can you spare men to cut? My people are in danger.
Yeah, going back to war with the Seleucids just doesn't really benefit me right now. Trade agreement broken. Who was that with? Oh, the Arverni, because I just went to war with them. That's fine. Okay, that's none of my business. Construction. All kinds of recruitment. Look at our income now. Income is very, very low. I think we were at war with these guys, so it's nice that they've been destroyed. Again, just trying to get that sanitation in there as quick as possible. I could realistically convert the Siege Engineer's Workshop into an economic building, but I don't feel a burning need to do so. This is extremely fortunate for me, and very, very bad for Parthia. If I can reinforce myself here. So they're fortified, but I've got artillery and I've got reinforcements. You're kidding me. Why is he blocking an army? I hate that. Come on, go attack. Shockingly, they aren't going to retreat. It is by almost entirely cavalry. I mean, it is literally entirely cavalry, so I'm just going to auto-resolve that. Okay, our artillery stayed in one piece. These guys don't seem to have actually gotten that involved. Let's check across and see how many kills they got. Okay, so the cavalry actually got in and did some work. That's good to see. Against an all-cavalry army, it's actually really, really good to see this many kills out of my reinforcements, because that means they just had less people to kill. These guys, of course, didn't accomplish a lot, probably because they just got shot to death for most of it. Yeah, the cavalry did all the work here, which is fine. And it looks like our arrow towers got a staggering amount of kills too. Either that or they just did a devastating amount of friendly fire. Because that's nearly 400. What is that, nearly 400? Yeah. Like what, 350 odd kills that my army didn't get, that they still lost? Alright, well, they've been dealt with. We'll leave Candy's Conquerors here to replenish. And we'll send the spearmen out to Edessa to defend. Now, since we're not actually at war with anyone over here, the Fury can actually move forward and play more active defense than they have been. Grumpy's Guard is still on the way. Now, the other nice thing about Carthage losing that battle up here is it has left them with hopefully some damaged and isolated fleets. Now, I didn't think we did that much damage to them, so they must have... Oh, here they are. So I actually want to catch this fleet. To do that, let's go ahead and bring these guys over here, because I still want as much balance of power in my favor as I can possibly get. And that actually deals with another Carthaginian fleet, which is very, very good for us. We take pretty catastrophic losses, but their fleet is gone.
We still have a win. Yes.
Now, obviously, we can't keep this up because they can get their fleets faster than we can, and they can get more like killing power faster than we can because of how quickly Carthage can get their fleets back. See, they already have another one ready to go. If this fleet attacks, we're dead meat.
Your orders?
So to anticipate that, let's actually retreat out of range of that fleet. We'll see if we can snag the wayfarers on the way just to get a little extra income.
Ready! Steady as we go! Ready for orders!
And then what I'll probably do is merge out a couple of my units. It's interesting that neither of these armies retreated. Or neither of these fleets.
Is there nothing else?
But I will certainly accept it.
Fleet ready!
Get the replenishment rate and the armor. And then let's see, that other fleet could reach pretty far. So they can actually reach all the way up to here. Of course, I don't want to leave Apollonia undefended. Choices, choices. Can we get... Okay, so Funky's fieldmen can actually get into Apollonia to defend it, so we don't need to keep fleets over here to do that job. So let's just retreat all the way back, get some replenishment. Oops. I've just isolated my fleet. Fortunately, they don't have anyone close enough to catch me. And we'll actually let as many of these just replenish as we can. Or as we can reasonably do. But we'll probably merge out all of these ones that are in the red. We actually can't merge them because they're different? Are these different? Why can't they merge? Can these guys merge? Can this unit just not merge with anyone? What the hell? See, these guys can merge with each other, but this one can't. Well, I guess we're waiting for that one to replenish. That's not too big of a deal. I was expecting it because it was the 60-man ship instead of the 80-man ship.
We're gonna need a bigger fleet. Your orders? We need good, strong men.
So in 3 turns, our fleets should basically be back up to full strength. Funky's fieldman gets to cross this gap next turn. Get the map movement range and whatever's in there, because that looks pretty decent. Over here, we will keep moving towards Apollonia and Italia, but we will go this direction just so we can recruit from Larissa. And we have lots of cavalry over there. You know what, let's actually go ahead and recruit some archers. And we'll get another unit of the bolt throwers as well, just for the hell of it. Now, this army is a siege army and it is ready to go. The Arverni are at war with us now, so we need to be a little bit careful on our northern border. They have a stack and a half, Carthage has a stack and a half. I may actually just move the spear build this army all the way up here to defend just because they can get there quickly. Yeah, let's do that. I'm feeling okay about this southern border because we've just handed Carthage such a decisive defeat. I want the extra troops up here quickly. These extra armies can come across and help with Syracuse, but... Or excuse, that's not Syracuse. That's Sicily. Isn't it? Whatever. This isn't a geography class. It would be good if I knew geography better, but, you know. It'd be good if I knew a lot of things better. The spearman general got a level up. Let's give him the archer boost. And we'll just do a little bit of upkeep. Pillagers get to stay still up here. Still haven't seen any Parthian forces moving around up here. I am considering actually going and attacking this, but that's a lot of infantry to deal with for an army that is not designed to kill infantry. I'm going to wait on any construction in there because public order looks good, banditry looks okay, and food looks okay. So right now I'm just going to save my money. As soon as we get that built, our sanitation problem will be solved. We may still have the outbreak or the disease, but that's okay at this point. Public order's in the positive everywhere. Let's see how loyalty looks, because I'd like to boost my taxes again. Okay, loyalty is high enough that I can afford to boost taxes. Will it give me enough money for it to actually be worth it? Yes, absolutely. Let's double check with Egypt, because I really want that extra security on my southern border over here.
In Pharaoh's name, strength and wisdom be his.
Whatever. Alright, we'll end this one. End the turn.
We are a mighty people, well versed in the uses of wealth and power. And so we love gold.
Well, I'm definitely not going to pay you guys money for a military alliance, because one, you're getting the shit beat out of you, and two, I don't want to give away money right now. I would rather make money. But it makes sense to have a military alliance given who we are both at war with, so we'll accept it.
My people are proud.
That's fine.
Between friends, the gift of gold is often taken to be a sign of deep...
I would like non-aggression with these guys, but not enough to pay them for it.
While this...
It's always good when pirates get destroyed. Now that we can make it all the way across in one go, we are going to do it. I just need to make sure I send them into the water first, and then onto land. And now Funky's fieldmen are ready and raring. Up here, since they have moved a fleet into position, I really hope that this army, okay good, this army can make it into Apollonia. These guys, I'll just go ahead and keep pulling as much warrior population out of here as I can possibly get. I do actually want to get a couple of units of cavalry though. And you know what, we'll actually use a little bit of elite population for it as well. Okay, so Apollonia is secure. I doubt they would attack Taras, but if they did, we could probably beat a single fleet. They have an army in the sea. Up here we're going to fall back,
Your orders?
get our fleets together with each other, get some replenishment. We'll actually go ahead and just put this one all the way in the settlement just for the extra replenishment.
Yes.
And then here we will recruit.
Assembling the fleet.
So now in 2 turns, our fleets will be up to full strength and we can actually hopefully win a one-on-one battle against this fleet. Ironically, against this fleet, it would actually probably be better for me to just go into melee with them instead of ramming them, because it's all missiles. Of course, they're Carthage Marine archers, which are at least decent in melee combat on ships. Now, one of the biggest things about recruiting all of these armies is it means I have to get super aggressive in order to make use of them, otherwise I'm just wasting a ton of money. So while I've got 2 here, I'm going to keep playing defensive like I have been the whole time. Once I get these extra 2 armies over, extra 3 armies over, then we are definitely going to take all of Sicily, probably within 1 turn, maybe 2. It's weird to me that I can only recruit 4 units per turn here. I feel like it should be more than that. Why can I recruit so many up here? Is it because of this building? Ah, whatever, I don't care that much. I just feel like I should be able to get more units. In any case, we'll be able to get aggressive once we've got all 5 armies over there. Our navies are looking to be in good shape. While Boii holds Patavium, I want to go scout up here a little bit and see what's going on. Okay, so no Carthaginian army is immediately visible. The Swords of Glory are in range to help Carthage defend Genua, so that's not really a fight I want to take right now. We can't quite reach far enough to raid up here. So in the meantime, let's just go ahead and fortify. This is enough forces for me to attack out this direction. But for now, let's just go ahead and fortify. We'll stay in our own region to help with the public order a little bit, and I think it helps with the upkeep a little bit when we stay in our own regions. What I was thinking of doing is laying siege and then attacking this army out by itself to force them back, but I didn't quite have the movement range to go all the way up there. So in the meantime, we will just wait another turn. Is that everything I needed to do? I had a spy down here that needs to move just a little bit as well. While we're at it, let's just go over here. Alright, so that's the army that's been floating around here the whole time. It looks like they're not recruiting into it, and they haven't recruited anything to it for a long time. Their other army is out at sea. If I were to go back across here, I think they would go back onto land to defend. Okay, so I actually think we've got things pretty well handled over here. Well enough set up that we can feel pretty confident out that direction. Now, are we taking attrition because it's an extreme drought? It looks like it. It's unfortunate because that just kills our population. Up here, Candy's Conquerors are not replenishing yet. We'll go ahead and just fortify them next to the city for now.
Thirsty for battle.
Go ahead and get that for the income boost. Do you know what? We're actually not going to do that because we really do need some supplies here. Oh man, I'm excited to play as Pergamon. Just look at these units. I mean, all of these guys I don't really care about, but look at all of these units. That's going to be a fun faction. Alright, let me see. Pillagers obviously still just hang out. Kafkazos, serious public order issues, but not in a threatening way just yet. Okay, if you look at the population totals for our provinces down here, they're very, very low, because if you go over to our more major areas, they're typically in like the 60,000s instead of like the tens of thousands. Bithynia actually has a pretty massive population base, which is good. Alright, anyway, population aside, loyalty is still in the positive with our tax boost, so we will keep it up. Go ahead and throw some more money at them too, because that loyalty is going down as soon as we get away from, because we just sent this guy on one of these intrigue missions, so their loyalty is up extra. In any case, I think things are well enough handled that we can end this turn. Okay. Our income is really, really high right now, so we can actually go ahead and drop it down another level. Keep the loyalty, the growth, and the public order as high as we can. It'd be cool if, like, with the research, even though I don't have this one researched, I could click here and it would just automatically do them. It would be interesting if you could do that with buildings too. Like, I just want this to automatically go up to here, because I will have the money. Maybe that's the problem, is the game doesn't know for sure you'll have the money for it. Or like it doesn't know which one you want to prioritize. But anyway, I had the thought for a second it'd be cool if I could do that. Just tell the game what I want and have it do it automatically for me instead of having to think about it every turn. Okay, public order's really good in Syria. Let's actually move the Fury into Mesopotamia and boost the public order here a little bit more as well, because that will prevent a rebellion. Still got a lot of replenishment to do over here, and I need to get an army back over here as quick as I can. I would prefer it to be the spearmen. You know what, we're doing it now. You guys go here first, and then down here. That means we will also keep the Fury moving a little bit further. I didn't realize how high level of a general they had. How old is that dude? He's actually not super old. Always get the public order. We're actually short on food here, so we will have to build that building as well. Galatia and Mesopotamia are short on food. Everywhere else is fine. Okay. Public order also looks really good everywhere.
On the move, lads. Thirsty for battle.
We actually cannot make it all the way across here which means we cannot afford to try and get to Terras. That is really unfortunate.
Ready for orders.
Apollonia's got enough elites that I'm going to grab some elites here as well. Well, no, because most of my replenishment in Italy comes from warriors, so let's just bring as many freaking warriors as we can.
Are you ready to do your duty to the tribe?
Feels like if you double click when you're recruiting, it always scrolls down. Maybe that's just me not knowing how to click on my mouse, but it seems like that always happens. As far as research goes, I would love the extra replenishment rate and the extra recruitment slot and the upkeep decrease. But those aren't super important just yet. Movement range is good. I could do with those, but they're not vital. I might need to go into some economic things next. Probably this actually will be my next research, if I remember. Okay. I've already forgotten which turn this is. Is this a fresh turn?
Fleet ready. Orders.
Okay, let's stay up there and get as much replenishment. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, because public order is fine, even with the fleet docked.
Ready.
So let's just go ahead and hang out for another turn, get that replenishment all the way up to maximum.
Ready for battle.
Now, what does autumn do to my movement range? Nothing. That's actually kind of concerning because I need to get across there in one go. Because the alternative is sending the army all the way up and around here, which would take probably 5 or 6 turns, maybe even more. And then, of course, several turns to go down through Italy to get to Sicily. So that is not a solution I want, so we'll just go ahead and wait over here. Maybe if we can get rid of this fleet, we'll be able to sit in the water for a turn. But for now, we'll just wait and see.
Warriors all. Thirsty for battle.
Okay, we have the movement range with Funky's field men to get across here and raid. We do not have the movement range to raid with the Heralds of Death, but they can at least get across.
Take everything.
If they can fortify, yeah, I was going to say, if they can fortify, I'm definitely going to have them fortify.
Ready for battle.
Grumpy's guard is still just marching.
For the tribe.
These guys are the ones that can't quite reach far enough. Alright, so our forces are handled, the public order looks fine. Double check loyalty real quick. Loyalty looks good. I can't even remember if I've already done this turn. This guy can get married though, he's 18, that's fine. I know in the old world it wouldn't have mattered, but for some reason I like to wait till they're 18. I guess it's because that way when they get a nearly 30-year-old wife, it's not as big of a deal. Alright, anyway. Loyalty's good. We're still sitting at 61% influence. We'll just go ahead and end the turn there. Looks like Parthia's trying to harass me with their agents, probably. That's usually why a faction's turn will take longer, is because their agents or armies are actually interacting with yours.
One sacrifice.
We make this modest request
That actually
in
might
the
not be a
knowledge
bad
that your
idea.
coffers strain
But
to
I
contain your
want to
wealth.
peace out with these guys because they could actually just be like walking armies all the way up here to try and take my stuff. But we'll just go ahead and wait on this one for now.
I will be honest. I seek coin as token of your good and continued friendship.
That hurts. Oh, that hurts too. That hurts too. Yeah, there's that Parthian agent messing with my dudes. Who did they harass, though? The archers? So you took out 13 archers. Okay, good for you. Candy's Conquerors. Ah, screw it, just fortify, whatever. You guys are already fortified. We've got so many Pergamon armies out here. This is who I want, Pergamene Thorax Cavalry. Those units look just freaking intense. Okay, Spearmen, you are still moving this way. See if this one matters. Answer, daily double, it does not. They are my allies, they shouldn't be hidden from me anyway. Okay. So we can actually afford to take a little bit of a hit on money. And boosting taxes during winter usually doesn't earn you that much anyway. So if I were to boost it, we go from -3 to +5, so I'm just going to take the hit instead. But I do want to check how bad banditry is. Oh, banditry's only 12 and that still happened? That sucks. Whatever. Not the end of the world. Now, obviously during winter, I will have even less movement range here. I wonder if these guys could make it across, because they actually have... Because they don't have the artillery, they actually have way better movement range. So let's put them here and see if next turn they can get across. And we'll have these guys patrol for now. Now where did the Carthaginian fleets go? They didn't move around that direction. They're probably just like sitting right along here or something. Here's one of them. Nope, that's transports. Alright. Well, it looks like we can take Syracuse next turn. Instead, we're going to have Funky's field men go over here. We'll keep them raiding. We just barely can't reach Panormos yet. So we will raid for another turn. I'm going to leave this open because I don't see any armies anywhere near enough to get to Cassentia. So I'm okay with leaving this choke point in order to keep my armies together. I'm not taking on their provincial capital just because it has walls and I don't have artillery designed to get over walls.
Ready for battle.
And I may actually switch that artillery for a unit of spears here.
Warriors all.
Yeah, let's do that, why not? Artillery traded for spears. Now Funky's fieldmen are actually a true field army with artillery to go with it. Alright, so we're set to go down here. Up here, we actually might be in position to make an offensive. And since Arverni's army pulled up and away, we definitely could. We're not going to take attrition for going into this settlement, are we? We actually cannot see provincial effects here just yet.
Ready for battle.
Doesn't look like we'll take attrition, though. We will start the attack with a spear build just to try and get their veterancy up quickly because they've already been in some battles. Now we could win that pretty easily with just this army. And given their lack of missiles, I actually just might do that. But first I want to check the situation around here. So we have a friendly army kind of locking this down. They could move, but I don't think Arverni has nearly enough movement range to get into our land. So I would rather just overwhelm right here. And we'll have this battle as the start of the next episode. So we will see you in the next one.